Come on, have a seat. Get ready for a creative treat. I'm your host, Angel of CRG, and welcome to Creators Lobby, the podcast where y'all join me and we get to, you know, get to know some of the rising creators, some small, some big name creators. Um, you know how it is. You know how it is. But however, this guest is very special because today's guest is someone who always keeps it family friendly. And he's always with his partner in crime, Muscle Mommy. The dadliest dad across all the interwebs. Please, everybody, help me welcome DadlyGamer811. What's going on, Dadly? How are you?
What is up? How are you doing, Angel?
Oh, messing up everything. I think I want to keep all those bits for, for a little, people can sub to see that. It's all good. So before we get right into it, Dadly, how's your week been?
And it's been awesome. I mean, coming off of vacation, going right back into work. Sometimes you think, you want to be on vacation, and then you miss the routine. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Routine's important.
Man, honestly, I'm on the same note where I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to go on vacation. I'm like, do I really want to go on vacation? Like, it's always something.
I had a staycation. I stayed at home the entire 2 weeks.
Lucky.
So it was beautiful.
I stayed in the truck. I'll trade with you.
There we go.
But so let's go right ahead and let's talk to you real quick, Dadly. We're gonna get to know you, everybody. We get to break it down. You get to let them know everything about you. What you do for content, and then later on we'll get to tell people where they can find you, any socials, any platform. So, Dadly, if you're comfortable with the people, please let them know, where do you hail from?
Oh, I'm originally from Panama City, Florida, and now I'm living in Sherwood, Arkansas, a suburb of Little Rock. So,
Oh, okay. And now, I've never been to either one. So, can you give like a general difference between the two cities?
the two cities are majorly different. Panama City's right down the road from Panama City Beach.
Okay.
So, growing up down the road from the world's most beautiful beaches, and
Oh.
then I ended up in Arkansas, and I can honestly say I was slightly depressed when I got here because I'm leaving Florida,
Yeah.
coming to Arkansas, but it just took 6 months. One summer in Arkansas, and man, if you love anything outdoors, this is the state to be in. It is beautiful. I
Man.
mean, we got the Ozark Mountains come down from the north. We got rivers. We got lakes. I never knew that lakes and rivers, you just felt so much cleaner coming out
Yeah.
than that salt water. So,
Man,
but
that's crazy. I'm gonna have to actually add that onto my list. Make a visit to you. All right, Dadley. So let's talk about the next thing that I'm pretty sure everybody is gonna be uh wondering. So how long have you been doing content for?
so as Dadly Gamer, a little over a year, and
Okay.
it kind of fell in my lap. It's something I've always wanted to do and never did growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm older. I'm a dad. That's
Yeah.
not a secret. But it just started off as wanting to game with my daughter and letting my family watch us.
Oh, there
And
you
it so
go.
started on Twitch, and then it was kind of cool because then people started watching us,
Yeah.
and they enjoyed it. And just everybody likes an old man playing Fortnite.
Oh
That's
my God, dude, phenomenal! You got skills for an older man that plays Fortnite, because me learning how to play because of Keel, that took me too long to learn, and even then, I just don't want to play
yeah.
it.
Well, it was crazy because at the beginning, I want to say part of the appeal was I was horrible,
Yeah,
and I mean it just it is what it is. And but I really enjoy connecting with people, and then I started trying to decide, okay, wait, if I'm gonna do this, if I gotta keep it real, I gotta be who I am,
yeah,
which is really important, and I am. I love being a dad. I've worked with kids my entire life, so I think there's a niche out there. I mean, everybody knows family friendly,
yeah.
and it you can hear some people talk down about it. Some people are like, "Oh, if you're family friendly, you're never going to blow up." I think everybody's proven that that's not true, and I just think I have a pretty unique approach that, just like with my own family, we don't judge people.
Yeah.
We don't judge. We don't judge people at all. We choose how we want to act, and then we choose to be with people that respect how we are in our realm. When I go to someone else's realm, it's them. That's that, and I have a choice. I have a choice.
Yeah.
I have a choice. I can either leave, or I can be there. So again, we don't judge people. We know how. Trust me, there's plenty of times I've wanted to say ugly, mean things. I may have said it under my breath. I may have said it in the past, but what I try to do is I try to set an example for, all the kids and anybody that's watching. So.
I respect that, honestly. It's really hard. Like, if you are an individual who's, like you had a hard time, like switching to family friendly mode, it is a hard thing to do, especially if you've grown up around people who do a lot of cursing, who, they're into all kinds of nonsense. Like you see the kind of nonsense I bring to Kyrox's stream with. Yeah. It's not.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
It's not ever that heavy when I play with them. I never get that wild, but I guess it really depends. Like I pick and choose how to really like do the dynamic, and you actually keep that dynamic about you relatively still, but it's still like very high praised in like a lot of communities, which is really nice to see.
It's I think again it's interesting to think about my past and the different groups of people that I'm friends with and things I've done.
Yeah.
And you can affect the people around you just by how you act. And I think that's anybody. I think when you're with a group of people that you enjoy being with, you want to respect what they do.
Absolutely. I agree. That's a good way to look at it. Now here's a question that I thought about. Since you've been doing this for a while, and by the way, I know you're probably gonna be like, nah, it didn't really happen, but it happened. But congratulations on the 1K on Twitch.
Well, appreciate it. Hey, it's there.
It's there.
Keep pushing it. Keep pushing. No, that's a goal that I've been striving for a bit. So thank you.
You're welcome. And that was great to actually witness that. For those of you later on, when I put down all of his socials, make sure you follow this man. But my question is, how long do you see yourself doing Twitch streaming or video creating?
So it's I enjoy it. The gaming and the actual streaming part, I think will just always happen. It's so easy if you're going to play a video game to throw that stream on and to hang out with everybody. That part's easy. I'm learning more about creating content.
There you go.
And I know so many people that do that, and that is not easy. It really isn't easy. I've done my own research because I kind of look at other content creators and Twitch streamers.
Yeah.
And honestly, they're like, okay, here's my day. I spend 2 hours streaming, and I spend 5 hours editing.
Okay. Yeah.
And you're like, holy smokes, that's why it's a full-time job for them. If you're gonna take this as a career, you've got to commit to it. I think.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is more of a hobby. It's always cool to get paid for your hobby.
There you go.
That's that's a big part of it. But I have a little bit of inspiration seeing some other older streamers right now, because this would be a heck of a thing to do after you retire. Dude. The way I look at it, you retire and you're still bringing in some income by being a content creator.
Oh yeah.
As long as you're enjoying it, you're just gonna keep I don't see myself stopping anytime soon.
Oh man, that is beautiful for anybody out there who's you're about my age. I'm in my 30s, and Dadly, you're a little older than me. Like that is good sound advice for anybody who's looking into just doing content. It's not even just to turn it into a job, just more to enjoy it, to have fun with it. As Dadly said. So that's a really good perspective to look at it in. But now that we're getting into perspectives, I really want to know, what you are when it comes to content. There's 3 things I want to know, right? So I want to know your first experience with content creation. Like, what was when was the first time that you got into doing any type of content, whether it was video or whether if it was live stream. I want to know your feelings towards your first stream. What was the first stream you've ever done, and what platform did you start on?
So this is gonna be a little sidebar
Yeah, you're good.
because even before I was DadlyGamer, because again, this started a little over a year ago. August of 23 is actually when I first officially was like,
You gotta
you
try
mean
it.
I can sign up for this Twitch thing and they can watch me play?
Yeah.
But before that, I mean, I was really active. My background is in public relations, marketing, and then
Okay.
once I mean, even for the past 15, 20 years, learning about online marketing, Facebook, Instagram, all that. But I think that type of marketing for your business is way different than content creation.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're tied together. I mean, because as a content creator, you're creating your marketing materials for yourself.
Yeah.
But if you're working for a school, a gym, or anything, you're creating content for that. So, but my first stream, because that's
Yeah.
what I love. I mean, if you're gonna say what do I love playing a video game and being able to talk to people that are watching me, and that started in August of 23. Um,
Man.
I just started playing, and then I really went online to on Twitch because I'd never been on Twitch. I never had an account,
Really?
and I was like, people watch this. I really was. I was like, they watch this, and I, went through different streamers. I just went to Fortnite streamers.
Yeah.
Found a couple that I really enjoyed watching. And then, I mean, the story about me just coming across Kio's stream, Kyrox 7 TV, I really enjoyed how he interacted with
The crowd.
the chatters. I
Yeah.
really did. I was just like, this was awesome. And then very few streamers interacted with me, like especially bigger ones. And
Yeah.
I mean, and I was like, okay, Keon. I was like, okay, he doesn't have hundreds of people watch, but I was like, he has a big group, and he's really good at interacting with everybody,
Yeah.
and it was hilarious. I was laughing the first time I ever watched it. I'm like, this guy's hilarious. Holy smokes! And just continue interacting. So that part, I mean, if anything, Kyrox really was what made me decide, okay, I could do this.
Yeah.
This is not who I am, but I want to emulate how he interacts
And it's
with his stream.
and it's nice because like it helps you to build a like a certain persona because there's just you the individual, but when you
Mhm.
become a streamer, if you ever realize like your entire character shifts into somebody that you would consider to be fun,
Right.
like me, when I watch certain people, there's like certain aspects, right? You can be confident, but you can't be too cocky, right?
Right.
You can have fun, but you can't be ignorant. At least too ignorant. Little ignorance, okay. It makes for funny content.
Yeah.
Too
Oh, yeah.
much, yeah, but too much ignorance, it's like, you kind of just want to stray away from it. Like there's certain things that you have to pick and choose as a creator. And then when you are doing it yourself, you kind of really learn how to shift with all those different changes to make your content unique.
Mhm.
So I think right now, like me watching your content, I really thoroughly enjoy all your content. I tune into your streams and I'm like, this is good. And what I really love, from all your streams is the ability to get the chatters interactive
Mhm.
when you do the emote only party.
Yeah.
I thought that was the most unique thing. I've never seen that before on Twitch.
It was really that. I mean, again, I think you always learn and watch other people. I saw it done. I'm like, holy, you know what? I'm gonna try it. And I was like, I'll just put a screen up, and then when I found the clip of the old people dancing,
Yeah.
I was like, that's my emo party right there. There it is. I'm going to play some techno. I'm going to just turn it on emote only chat and let them dance with the old people. And That little clip's freaking hilarious. But and I mean I don't even use my "we'll be right back" screen anymore. If I'm gonna take a break, it's that,
Yeah.
and that way at least it keeps people engaged. I think as a streamer, I was always scared to take a break because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, if I take a break, people are gonna leave, and you got to take a break. I mean, there's no way. There's some days I'm like, holy smokes, I've been on 4 hours. I haven't even got up off this chair.
I
And
know that.
so yeah, that part that was a lot of fun to figure out how to do that.
Man, that's so awesome. I hopefully that one will actually continue to keep the traction, and then when your viewer count becomes bigger, your chat will become more fun.
Oh yeah, you'll just see it more.
Yeah.
When it does happen, when we have a lot of people in chat, I mean, you just see it. I just got to remember to turn off text to speech because
Yeah, that was great though. I like that. That was funny.
it's like I come back, I'm like, oh my gosh, no wonder they're so annoyed.
Yeah. Oh no, they disappeared for a little bit. Come back. Oh, that was a good moment. That was definitely fun. Oh my god. So all right, so here's another question that I got for you, and I'm really curious. I'm not sure if you have ever been asked this question before, but prior to doing your content, was there any creator that you did watch that inspired you to do like streaming or video content? And if it is, who was your favorite creator prior or favorite creator now?
I think in the whole realm of content creation, I'm a newbie still. I mean, it's one. We'll go ahead and say it. My real first chance to see content creation happen before I even knew it was content creation
Yeah.
is my nephew. My nephew Bryce Hall.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, shout out to Bryce Hall.
Yeah, it's Bryce Hall, and as I'll never forget it. I will never. He was 15 years old.
Yeah.
He
15?
he started when he was 14.
Wow.
He
Okay.
started when he was 14, and my sister tells me he's making money online, and we're like, okay, how? And he goes, he has an Instagram account. And we go to look at his Instagram account, and he has hundreds of thousands of followers. I'm like, you're 14. You're 15 years old. So then he comes home for Christmas, and I don't know anything about anything. I'm like, what do you do, Bryce?
Yeah.
How are you doing? And he's like, oh, I need to get on you now, right now.
Yeah.
And that was his stream. I was like, what's that? And he goes, oh, you just go on, I get on camera, and I talk to everybody. I go in there. And I mean, it's a stream. I mean, it's like Twitch, except for he's just talking to people. He's sitting there,
and he's
like,
chatting.
"Hey, everybody, so and so, Johnson, 2560, what's up?" And they're tipping him coins.
Wow.
And I go,
14 years
what?
old.
And I mean, and I afterwards, I'm like, "Why did they tip you?" And he goes, "Well, they want you to interact with them. They get on a stream and they just want you to talk to them. And if you shout out their name, shout out their
just
anything about them, they tip you." I'm like, and he's figuring this out at 15.
Wow, that is smart.
And I mean, that was well before I ever even thought about streaming. So I promise you, as soon as I made affiliate, and I'm like, wait, you mean people can tip you? They can send bits. They can. I was like, oh, you gotta make these people just. You gotta interact with them.
Yeah.
And again, I think you have to be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you just try to be some persona.
Yeah.
You're gonna get tired of it eventually.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with that.
So doing that. I'll talk about the first few people I saw on stream when I decided. Again, Kyrox was one. Oh my gosh, I can't remember her name at the moment. I feel Sparkles Cutie.
Oh
Sparkles
yeah,
Cutie.
That's right. Yes, I remember you talking about
Cutie,
it.
And she made the top 50. She acknowledges you if you talk to him. She's like, "Hey, Dadly, how you doing?" And at the very beginning, I was like watching her. She's, I guess, not technically family friendly. I mean, but she's very wholesome.
Oh yeah.
Freaking amazing at Fortnite. I'm like in awe watching her play. And she just told her I want to start streaming with my daughter, and she was like, "Oh, let me tell you, just make sure you do this, this, and this. Twitch wants you to do that." And I'm like, I'm one of the hundreds of people in her chat, and she
blew up.
acknowledged me.
Yeah.
And I don't watch her that much because again, she plays builds, all that. I don't, but every time she's on, I want to watch how she interacts with everybody. So
okay. Yeah, that's not
I'll give a shout out to her. She was really awesome at the very beginning.
Man, that is awesome. That you see, like that's the other thing too. Because if like whenever you first watch a creator, you don't really realize until you consistently watch them that a lot of people will stick to one game. I messed up.
Uh-oh.
Yep, I messed up.
We've been doing this whole thing without recording it.
Well, no, it's recording, but there, now we got it. Okay, so everybody who's watching this, apologies, you saw just nothing but my big ass head. So now we got DadlyGamer right there. Sorry, so this is the man we're talking about. So I'm gonna have to. I should have recorded this. I knew I should have recorded. That's fine. Whatever. It's recording anyhow. It's still going. But I lost my train of thought. I am so sorry.
We were talking about watching streamers. They typically play one.
Right. They typically play one game, and it's consistently. Now, Keo does the same thing, and I've noticed like you're starting to get that same traction. Like most streamers, if they play one game consistently, their crowd gets bigger. Whereas me, I don't like to sit in one game permanently. So yeah. I bounce between games. So you'll get, your games from this time, and then you'll also get games from the past. Your Super Nintendos, your Nintendos. And that's a little harder because you're hitting different crowds. So you have to, if you do switch a game, maybe your crowd may like it. They may not like it. Or if they do like it, maybe they like it because their experience of you playing it is far different from with somebody else that they watch who've already played it,
Right.
So, like, let's say if you decided, hey, I want to play PUBG, it might be funnier for people, or it might not be, depending on their outlook and your reactions to playing PUBG.
I think so. I think, because I've watched a couple other creators. I feel horrible because I can never remember their names, but I watched one girl. She plays a lot of retro games. Ooh. It's a lot of fun to watch. And I think if you're going to do that, especially as you get bigger, you've got to... I think this is where having the knowledge of how to research and look at your numbers. Because, again, what's your goal? If your goal is to grow, you've got to do the things that's going to help you to grow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, once you get to a point, maybe you don't want to grow. Maybe this is so enjoyable to you.
Yeah.
And you want to play these games, and if you can have enough of a following, enough of an audience for these other games, you got to look at it. I mean, if everything just completely tanks and nobody's watching you anymore, why would you keep doing that? So
yeah, unfortunately, I know how that boat is. I drowned in so many of those boats.
Well, and I think it's hard. I think as a smaller creator, cause if there's not hundreds and hundreds of people watching, it's hard to do that research because heck, I mean, there may be I'm streaming Fortnite. I can come on at the same time this Sunday and have 20 people watching, and then next Sunday do everything exactly the same and have 5 people watching.
That's oof.
Because it's a smaller group of people.
Yeah.
That's your base. And I mean, it might not have anything to do with you at all. I think that's a hard part for smaller creators to do that research.
Got the next question for you, Dadly.
All right. Hit me.
All right. So out of all the content creators that we talked about, the first one you watch, some of your, most current ones that you watch now, out of every content creator, including your nephew, who's the one that inspired you the most to start content creation?
mean, honestly, straight up, it's. I mean, with what I'm doing, Kyrox.
Oh,
I mean, I know.
shout
Don't
out
give him a big
Kyrox.
head. Don't give him a big head. No, seriously, because he's done. He did it in the past. He's done it. I mean, he's done the whole gamut of things. And again, just I we are total. I don't want to say opposites.
Yeah. I mean,
We are very different, but when it comes to what we're trying to accomplish, I think we're very similar in that point. And I'm blessed that I ran into. I'm blessed that number one, that you and him and everybody in the community is actually genuinely kind and nice, and we enjoy. It was luck. That's
yeah,
pure, flat out luck
man.
for me to for that to have happened. I mean, there's no way in the world I would have ever even met you.
Yeah,
Uh, it's funny where our travels get us, but no, I mean, watching that, seeing some of his old stuff, hearing the struggles of creating stuff himself,
yeah,
dealing with his own things. Um, there's that. I mean, I do watch. I will say somebody that's inspired me recently
yeah.
is Mission Maniac Magic.
I've actually never
Uh,
heard of that in that content creator. You got to send me a link so I
he,
can check him out.
yeah, he's family friendly. He streams with his son. He
Okay.
and when I watch and he grew exponentially. I look at his numbers,
Yeah.
and it's amazing at how fast and how quickly he grew. I'm like, holy smokes! And I watch his stream, and he does 6 hours a night.
Oh
He is
God.
streaming. He is doing it, and I'm like, whoa! And I mean, he streams maybe 4 times a week, three to
Yeah.
four times a week himself. But I've never seen somebody that can play with so many viewers and stay sane and
That
keep
is
everything in
crazy.
control, because he has huge games. He has customs where there's like 20 people in it with him,
Yeah. That is
and
crazy.
he's keeping it moving and going. So, but watching him and listening to him,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. So
You know the crazy thing is, Dadly, me and you actually share just about the set. Like literally, our journey is almost identical. So when I first started, I knew nothing about streaming. So like first time I found out about it was like 2015.
okay.
2016 is about the time I found out about it. And I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna watch this streamer. This streamer who used to go by the name Channel Absolute Zero, which this man doesn't stream anymore, but he was very popular in the Super Mario Maker community. And that's where I met Panda. That's also where I met another friend of ours who also doesn't watch, but Ali. And me and Panda had always stayed very close since, because like there was an issue with him, which I won't get onto here, but we stayed close, and then he gave me some tips on how to start. So my first start was actually on Twitch, just like you. I played Tomb Raider for like 2 days and I gave up and it went straight to YouTube. But then eventually I started like dabbling in streaming on YouTube. And ironically enough, Keo actually started, I believe, a year before that I did,
Okay.
because I was doing, if I'm remembering this correctly, it was Wario Land 2 or 3 for the Game Boy Color that I was actually doing videos on. And this guy who went by Division 454, and his whole theme was a pirate. He was a pirate. He had like scenes for swabbing the poop deck, so he's on a boat sweeping with an actual broom. And him and Kyrox were friends. And I got brought into that same group just like you did. And you know, I actually got to learn a lot from both of them, but also learn to grow with the community just like you. So, I was very lucky, and me and you have legit the same exact journey. You know,
I mean, it's luck. Luck was a big part of who. Let's just take the example. What if you guys were all jerks?
oh
Just straight. I mean, just straight up. It's like, and it's not even jerks, but not like again, like okay, this guy, who's this old guy? He keeps coming in. Yeah, we're cool, but not ever have anything to do with.
Yeah.
That's it's pure luck. It really is. But I think where I think, and we'll call them fetuses as we talk with everybody. Because a lot of them, how many fetuses come in and like even today, hey, watch my stream. It's like
Oh
they
my
need to
god.
learn. It's like, dude, you gotta learn.
Like what happened?
You've gotta learn. Again, you don't walk into someone's store. Let's just. I like to always compare
Yeah.
things. You wouldn't walk into someone's store and go, "Hey, I have shoes over here across the street.
Yeah.
Come on over." You don't do that, and it's. I don't think they understand it. I think they don't
It's a learning
realize that
curve.
part. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's just be kind and be supportive of the be there for the stream.
Yeah. Totally.
That's what it is. Be there for the stream, and then maybe one day they'll be there for you.
Absolutely. And maybe they can learn something from that. But of course, children at those ages between, whatever the earliest that they start streaming up till I want to say before like 16, 17, they're still learning, the rules of being considerate and then learning also how to grow properly, which,
Mhm.
kids, we can't blame you all the time, but at the same time we can, because we know you kids know what common sense is.
Well, yeah, and I mean it's you can tell when someone's just being a jerk. You can tell.
Yeah.
Come on, people, just be nice.
Something.
That's
Don't let Dadly come over your house and teach you
God.
guys a lesson, because he will put you on timeout.
Oh yeah, I'll punch you in the gut. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Punch you right
Just
in
kidding.
the gut. Oh my god, that's great. So Dadly, I'm curious because I know you play a lot of Fortnite. Now I don't know that if that's one of the only games that you really play or if you play other games. What is your favorite genre when it comes to gaming? Why is it your favorite genre? And then do you have a least favorites?
Well, okay. I will say I play Fortnite now because I learned the controls.
Okay. There you go.
I'll say that. I learned the controls. I understand the controls, and I mean, I enjoy the game itself. I will say that it's definitely addictive. I can say even before I was always streaming,
Yeah.
I'll jump on in the morning and play a game. I mean, it's a game that's just fun to play. I've always liked. So I will say when I was in college,
Yeah.
because I mean I was a gamer. I had an Atari.
Oh,
I
old
had
school.
I had a ColecoVision.
Okay.
I had the first Nintendo. I had all the Nintendos. And
There
then
you
my
go.
first Sega was Sega Genesis.
Classic.
I had the Sega CD. I had the Sega Dreamcast. So I mean, I want to say originally I was big into sports games. My game that I would always play was Madden back in the
Oh,
day.
that was when
Back
Madden used to
before
be fun.
I mean, now Madden looks like a football game.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when, I mean, Emmitt Smith, I think it was Madden 92 or 93.
Yeah.
I would just hit B and spin, and you can't tackle Emmett. You can't tackle Emmett if you're spinning. Those used to be my favorite. And then through college and then my early years of my young adulthood, I
Yeah.
really got into the Call of Duty games.
Okay.
But I liked the campaigns.
The campaigns are pretty fun. The old ones, at least.
Yeah, the first time that there was a battle that you were fighting other people online or anything,
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I really didn't. I was like, oh, and I mean, I don't know if it's and when Madden started letting you play online.
Oh my god, that was abusive.
Oh my gosh! I still remember. I was in college, and I remember a little kid just completely waxing me all the time, and so I did that. But now I think I like Fortnite because it still reminds me of the old Call of Duty campaigns somewhat.
So the old
The
shooters then.
movement. Yeah, the
Yeah.
movement and the not the first person shooter, but whatever we call what
Yeah, third
Fortnite is,
person. Yeah.
over shoulder or whatever you're gonna. That's what I like. The games I never ever got into would be like World of Warcraft.
Mm.
Um, I don't even know what you call those games. What are those games?
Those are MMORPG, I
Yeah,
believe. Yeah.
I can't. My brother loves those games, uh, and he's been playing those for years. I never got into it, and it's kind of odd because I'm going to show my age. When
Yeah.
SimCity first came out,
Yeah, I
I'm
remember
talking
that.
overhead SimCity,
Yeah.
and then the next one was everything else. I loved that game. I would be playing that. I would start at night, and next thing you know, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get some sleep. And
Man.
there's no winning. You don't win the game.
No, it's
You
just forever.
just keeps going. So yeah, those are the games. So I like Fortnite. I've tried other games. I can't get into it. I really can't. I'm cheap. Also, Fortnite's free.
Yeah, hey, free is good. And for those of you who don't
Free.
understand that, when you start making money and you have money in that wallet, you're gonna understand why free is so good.
Yep.
It's beautiful. But all right, so here's another thing that I'm really interested in right now. So, we went down from, where you're from. We talked about the content creators and your first starts and like your favorite creators or games. Here's an interesting question I think you might like. Why don't we get into the history behind your channel name?
DadlyGamer811.
Yep. Now we know you had it for like what, a year?
Yep.
You had it for a year. So, what inspired you to create the name DadlyGamer811?
So I'll go through phases of it. So I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna create a Twitch account. What's my thought process? So I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna be playing with my daughter.
Yeah.
This is the whole thing. I'm playing with my daughter. My brother can go in and play because my brother wanted to play with us. That's another thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need I want some sort of niche.
Right.
I went into it thinking I want a niche, and I'm like, okay, I'm dad. I even had I even had thoughts as I've been getting old and as I've been a dad.
Yeah.
Different even. I mean, like even this shirt. I love this shirt.
Yeah. Show us that shirt. Show us that shirt.
I love this shirt. This is a gift. Dad tax. Making sure it's not poison. But there's a lot of. I think there could be a total brand in dad type stuff. And I even say a dadly man.
Yeah.
It's cool to be a dad. You have dad shirts. I'm sorry, a nice plaid button up, dude. Only dads love that.
Yep. You guys got to see my fetuses walking in and out of
here. So I did think, okay, it's gamer, dadly gamer, dadly man. I went through that. 811 is a historically fun number for me.
How so?
Yes, because that was my address in college.
No way. Okay, yes. That's slick. I like that.
But it was, again, here's a little history of Dadly. We partied a lot in college, and it was the party house.
Okay.
It was the party house, and people said, you going to 811 after the game. And people thought it was a club.
Wow.
And no, it's our house. So, but no, 811. So a lot of my stuff I've always had 811 in as I've grown up and older, and it just stuck with it. And because Dadly Gamer was taken on Twitch, and it's horrible because the dude doesn't even use it. It's just there. I was like, oh, and I'm like, I don't want to. When you go to create a name, then they're like, oh, what about this number? Like 64. I'm like, no. And I was like, just praying, oh, please, 811, be there, and it did. So that's all my socials. I mean, it's DadlyGamer811, and
that's amazing.
Kind of just drop the 811 when people are talking about it, but it's there.
I like that.
Ode to the house.
I like that the history actually follows as far back as college, because a lot of the names that you see on Twitch, I don't think half the people really think about what they want, like their meaning behind their name. Like me, I don't have much of a history with my channel name, except it's the same as my rap name. The only difference is CRG, standing for, which I've told you before, stands for
Right.
Cemetery Records, which was the old label that I used to run back when I was really heavy into doing hip hop. You know, I was like, I can't come up with another name. I'm too lazy. I'm just gonna copy and paste it. And just that's my gaming name. Whatever. I don't care.
But it sticks. Angel.
it
You're
it
Angel.
sticks.
It sticks. You're Angel. It is funny that I was getting customer service something content related, and they're talking to me in the message like, so Dadly, blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh my gosh, they don't even know my real name. I feel weird. I'm like, that's just my channel name. That's me here. You can call me this because you're helping me I'm your customer.
Yeah, I feel it. Like,
But
come on, man.
yeah, I did. I did put some thought into it, and I like it. I like it a lot. I like that it's Dad Lee, not
Yeah,
Dad. And
or
it catches
Daddy-O.
people. Daddy-O, yeah.
Yeah,
Although my channel points are Daddy-O points.
that was
That was
that's creative. I like that too. That was the best thing I've seen. Now, since you made up this name, was there any other name that you thought of
no,
creating? No, not at all.
no,
Okay, so
no,
one and
not at all.
done.
It was like I'm going again. I've always had thoughts of product. I mean, even before I was streaming, I was like, it'd be really cool, just a bunch of dad products. And I mean, I am a dreamer.
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh, this would be so cool. And it's so, I mean, when you have a full time career, how much time do you have to really work on
Oh
those
man,
other things? So
out of 24 hours, not much.
I know
Not much.
you can't because you have to sleep.
Yeah.
You gotta sleep, and
Who says sleep is important? All right.
you can sleep when you're dead. You can sleep when you're
Yeah.
dead.
All right. So here's something about your content, and I'm really interested in knowing if you could change one thing about your content, what would it be? If you could change anything. I got him stumped. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
no, that's
viewers.
yeah. Whoa. I'm really happy with. I'm really happy with the direction I'm going. I'm really happy with where I'm at. I'm really happy with how other content creators interact with me too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I really, I guess the biggest part was I guess I would want to learn how to create the social media stuff better. I mean, it's right now.
Okay.
I truly am. It's like I just click. I hit the clip button when I think something funny happened.
Yeah.
Uh, I go through that. Now I'm using some other editing software that's kind of simple to use, but
Okay.
that's that's pretty much it. I think nothing else.
You think you're
Nothing really.
solid right now, basically.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm happy with where I've gone. I'm
Okay.
happy with what the path has done.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
And real quick, before we go on to the next question, can you let the people know what program you are using in case they're interested?
Oh my gosh, I'm using. It's fine. Eclipse. Is that what
Eclipse.
it's called? Eclipse editing AI editing software. I think I'm saying it right. I've only used it a week.
There you go.
Uh, it works well. It is what it is. I thought it'd work better, but maybe I'm thinking AI should be a lot better than it is. I'm like, maybe it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Please don't.
If
Maybe
you,
I should be happy that it
that
that
it
it
works. Yeah.
doesn't work exactly where I'm thinking that. Oh, it should just do this. But no,
Um,
it. I like it. Every couple dollars a month, I'll try it out. And
that's
again,
not
if
bad.
it doesn't do what I want, it's just again we have only so much time.
Yeah.
At the end of the night, I'm sorry. I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
I want to go to bed,
Absolutely.
and I find myself editing stuff for another 2 hours after I'm getting off at 11 o'clock, and I'm like 1 o'clock, 7 o'clock's gonna come real early. So
Man, oh my
yeah,
God. Ironically, we are recording this sort of past that time. So it's like- oh
yeah.
my God. All right, so let's think about right now. Let's think about your viewers, right? If you had anybody that came into your chat and was like, "Hey, I have a question for you. What advice can you give me to help me through my journey through content creation?" What advice would you give them?
I would say number one, be who you are.
Good
I mean, I
advice.
think I think it's, and I mean it's you can create a. I created Dadly Gamer. That's a persona, but it is me. I'm
Yeah.
not fake. I think if you're gonna be fake, you're gonna you're gonna get bored with it. And I mean, and I'll say this, even if you are a crude, dirty joke,
Hold on.
cussing person, don't try to be family friendly. You know what I mean? Dude, you can be family friendly, but don't. Your content needs to be who you are, because
Yo.
people will see through you.
Oh my god,
You're
dude.
you're you're not an actor. You can't be an actor in this realm,
Yeah.
because you'll get tired of it. You'll crack. You won't continue to. So be who you are. Enjoy doing it. And then I think just keep learning, keep watching other people, and ask questions appropriately.
There you go.
Ask questions, and I think that's where I think people don't use their discords enough,
Oh yeah.
because think about this. I mean, and it's a little. I think it's awkward when you're in a stream and someone jumps in and goes, "Hey, I have a question about my stream. What do you?" And it's like, okay, you're just trying to promote yourself.
Yeah. Like that
When
already.
if you were in there and you're like, "Oh, you're awesome," you join their Discord. Hey, so and so, I have a question about my stream in a Discord chat. Then they're like, okay, this guy's not
Yeah.
trying to. That's. I think it's just learning how to do that.
I like that.
Ask questions.
Lots and lots of questions. It always comes in handy, everybody. So, if you are considering doing content creation, don't be afraid to reach out. There might be some content creators that, they have the nastiest attitude in the world, and sure, you might not get your answer, but it's always good to ask questions. And if you do find somebody that answers you, try to network, which is the biggest
Mm-hmm.
thing that we can tell you. Is the reason why, like I said, Dadly is now at past 1,000 subs on Twitch, which is amazing. I'm still barely crawling to 500. So,
Oh,
but it's a
it's
slow
all right.
learning curve. Yeah,
It's hacking.
I slipped and
Uh,
fell like I did on that ice.
oh no. I will say also, and I think this is important because I feel like I've learned a lot, is on social media, follow and interact with content creators that you don't think you would follow, that you don't think
Yep.
you personally would engage with, because you'd be amazed at what you can learn from people that I do. I follow a whole bunch of people that I would never watch their content. I
Yeah.
really wouldn't. I mean, I watch it. I'm like, but they are successful. They have they're doing something, and I'm like, what are they doing that could help me? And the only way you're going to learn that is by interacting with them.
Oof. Oh yeah.
So if you interact with them, and this is where you're going to have to put your personal feelings, personal egos, personal things to the
All of it.
side, and be able to talk to them as a person. I mean, I just think of, I mean, again, non-family friendly streamers is what I've learned a lot from. There's only so
Yeah.
many family friendly streamers out there, and I don't think Nick A30 is going to talk to me.
No.
You know?
Yeah. He's too big for us, man.
Yeah, but I mean, it's. I think that's another tip I would give people.
I like that. I like that. Now, before we close this completely out, Dadley, do us a favor so we can help these people who are trying to find you. Where can they find you? What social media platforms? What streaming platforms are you at currently?
So streaming, I'm on Twitch. So DadlyGamer811. My socials, my most active social is X.
There you go.
DadlyGamer811. This is real easy to find me on that. I'm on TikTok. hopefully we'll still be there in a couple weeks. Whenever that, we'll find out if that's getting shut down or not. Not
Yeah.
DadlyGamer811, and then the one uh, social media platform that I want to learn how to be better at is Instagram.
Instagram.
I do
Yeah.
have an Instagram account, DadlyGamer811, and I think Instagram is the, I don't want to say hardest, but I think
It's
the
hard.
most, it is. I don't have a DadlyGamer811 Facebook page, and I've been dabbling with the thought, do I need one or not?
Yeah.
I think I don't want one because I do think that's where my two worlds stay separate.
Separate. Yep.
And I mean, I think that's kind of important to me as well.
I feel
So
that. Do you have a YouTube by any chance?
I do. Oh
You
my
do.
gosh. Oh
You
my
do.
gosh. I do
Okay.
have a YouTube. Duh. I do have a YouTube, and that was the first thing I ever did was just with Twitch itself integrating afterwards. That's where all of my VODs are. I upload almost every stream because I
Yeah.
was like in my mind I'm like I want to preserve it forever. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
it's there. But it's there, and then of course the shorts,
The shorts. Yep.
and it's that's a whole weird world. I will tell you. Right when I started, I thought I was the bomb because I
Yeah.
put a couple of shorts on YouTube and they blew up. I'm talking me. I'm like, wow, and they kept going. And I promise you, I don't know what or where, but one day I was going from thousands of views to less than 100 views in a
Yeah.
heartbeat, and I did not. I was like, what am I doing? What's different? And I could not figure it out.
So I know,
And
like with YouTube Shorts, it's basically like Instagram's contender if you think about it, because Instagram had the idea where you can like, okay, so Twitch
yeah,
had the idea for clips. Instagram was the ideal platform to put up your clips for,
yeah,
for
reels.
views. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then YouTube's like, well, we're going to do it too. So, they started doing shorts.
Hmm.
So what I've learned from that is, if you put up multiple shorts, let's say like 5 or 6, right? Sure, you'll have 5 or 6, but when it comes down to it, you got to look at what type of title you're going to give it, whatever tags you're
Yeah.
going to add to it, So it's always about the titles on YouTube. It's like the best advice I can give to anybody who's trying to add, shorts onto YouTube. It's got to be a creative title or a funny title or something that'll catch the eye real quick to the point where they watch it and it makes sense why you made that title in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, um, as far as your streaming schedule, how often, like, what days do you normally stream and what time?
So my it's not completely solid, but my regular streams are Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays.
Monday, Tuesdays, and
Those
Thursdays.
the only time that gets changed is if I'm traveling
Yeah.
for work or something comes up. I mean, life is happening, and typically start anywhere from 7 to 8 o'clock at night
And
central.
and this is on Twitch.
Yeah, and this is on Twitch.
Okay.
I haven't dabbled with YouTube yet. I mean,
Don't do it.
my fear is I don't think my computer's strong enough. I'm like, I don't want to mess with it. My computer. So, but then the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Typically, if we can, Friday nights, my Friday night party,
There
and
you
then
go.
Saturday morning. I love streaming super early on Saturday mornings,
Love it.
and
Yeah.
it's I think because once I started doing that, that's really when I think my following grew
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's a totally different crowd that never got to see me. And then even like this morning, get a win raid from Australia.
That was a big
Dude,
one.
I was like, that was crazy. I was like, holy smokes! So things like that have always happened on Saturday morning. I can honestly say my Saturday mornings I feel are pretty solid, but I'm so busy with work. I'm so busy with my daughter's schedule. She's she's on a volleyball team, and my every weekend from now until April is literally busy.
Wow.
It really is. So
Wow.
Sunday's a hit and miss, but Monday, Tuesday, and kind of my staple that I think I've built everything off of is my Tuesday night family night stream.
which is beautiful, by the way.
It's so much fun. And now that Muscle Mommy is a super sweat on Fortnite,
Yeah.
she's gonna hit me. She's somewhere in here. No, she's playing with me now. My daughter, my daughter's at that age where she does play with me, but then she has other stuff she wants to do.
Yeah.
My brother is 15 years older than me, retired and in Florida, and he plays Fortnite with us on Tuesday nights. So Tuesday family night is kind of the staple of Dadly Gamer's stream schedule.
Let's go. I love those. You guys have to tune into that. And Dadly, one last question for you. If these people want to be notified of when you go live, where is the best place where they can see that, or best places?
Well, first of all, go to Twitch, follow, and put those notifications on. And I'm going to give everybody watching, I'm going to give you a little tip. A lot of times in those notifications, I say this in my chat, and you get an extra spot on the spin wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it says I have about 65% of my followers get the alerts.
Okay.
And I've never had more than 2 or 3 people say it.
Okay.
Sometimes it's even Muscle Mommy. She'll say it because she sees it. But no, it's a fun little thing. Just look for it. If it says that, you get an extra. I like to see who actually sees that. Yeah. But no, follow me on Twitch. Turn those notifications on, or they can go to my Discord. My Discord is I don't know the best way to.
We'll get the
Discord,
link.
yeah, Discord's there. It's a pretty active Discord. I'm still learning. I knew nothing about Discord before I started. I'm telling you nothing. I'm like, what is Discord? And I tried to explain it to myself, going, oh, it's like a private Facebook.
Yeah, basically.
Group. And I'm like, somebody was, oh no, and I'm like, what? But my brother's been doing it for years. And it's just, but yeah, Discord's awesome. And I always put on when I'm going to be live on my Discord.
There we go. So everybody, I'm going to go ahead and let you know you can find Dadly everywhere, almost everywhere. You can find them on x.com or Twitter. You can find him on Twitch, YouTube. You can his Discord, everything that we're gonna have for him as far as all his socials and his platforms are gonna be linked below, so you guys can check him out. Join. Just let me just ask you guys, please don't act like a fool in his Discord and his chats, please, because he will be quick to ban you.
I will ban you, dude. Yeah, that was that one day that just don't be disrespectful. Come on, people.
Just have fun. Trust me, you guys will have fun. If you're not a family friendly person, give them the respect at least, and don't be acting crazy. And I trust you're gonna have a lot of fun. It's always great there. Dadly, I want to personally thank you for giving me your time so we can get to know you, and people get to discover you, and hopefully we get to see some new people, new faces coming up onto your streams. I
appreciate it. And thank you so much again. I've been blessed to run into people like you. Again, how the heck would we have ever met?
Yeah,
we would have. This is so cool. I love it. This is our path in life, and I appreciate you so much, Angel. Thank you. Thank you,
friend. I appreciate you, and everybody at home. It is time for us to bid a farewell. So later into the next episode. Peace out.
Stream safe.
Stream safe.